University United Methodist Church here in Austin. Reverend Carl W. Rolfs is the senior pastor, and they are part of the Clergy Letter Project, and they have they're calling this event Evolution Sunday.
Yep.
On February 12, 2006, hundreds of Christian churches from all portions of the country and a host of denominations will come together to discuss the compatibility of religion and science. For far too long, this is from their website, for far too long, strident voices in the name of Christianity have been claiming that people must choose between religion and modern science. More than 10,000 Christian clergy have already signed the clergy letter, demonstrating that this is a false dichotomy. Now, on the 197th anniversary of the birth of Charles Darwin, many of these leaders will bring this message to their congregations through sermons and/or discussion groups. Together, participating religious leaders will be making the statement that religion and science are not adversaries, and together they will be elevating the quality of the national debate on this topic. 441 congregations from 49 states and the District of Columbia are participating this year, 11 of them right here in Texas.
Kind of makes me wonder which state they couldn't find a church to support.
Well, maybe one of the little states. Or sparsely populated ones.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'd have to.
I don't know, man.
I'm too curious.
Are you trying to insinuate something here?
Well, I have my guesses, but
you're thinking it's Alabama, aren't you?
I am thinking it's Alabama or something in Dixie.
And now, you may think it may strike you as odd that here's an atheist show and we're announcing an event happening at a local church, but it is Darwin Day, and I don't actually personally like to talk about evolution on this show because, as far as I'm concerned, evolution's not an atheism issue. Evolution is an important scientific discovery that tends to, I think Richard Dawkins says, it enables one to be an intellectually fulfilled atheist because it's so explanatory of things that otherwise are left to, the divine intervention of a god. But really, if you want to find out about evolution, I always recommend people go and ask scientists, because we're not scientists, we're some morons on TV. But the reason I mention this is there is this perception that if you believe in evolution, then you must automatically be some kind of anti-religious heretic. And that's just not so.
Yeah, and I like the fact that these churches have gotten together, the Clergy Letter Project. It's not only is it a good attempt to kill off this misleading message that you can't be religious and also accept science.
Well, I have something to say about that too.
But it also kills off a lot of the claims that, you're celebrating Darwin Day. Well, you guys are worshiping at the feet of Darwin and evolution is your religion. And, well, that's just nonsense also. I don't remotely worship Darwin in any way.
Not any more than I worship Abraham Lincoln on Lincoln's birthday.
Yeah, or trees.
Or trees on Arbor Day.
We're all Druids and didn't know.
Or bunnies on Easter. Oh wait, that's a secular version of a religious holiday.
Oh.
But I still don't worship the bunnies, even though I think the bunny thing is more fun than the religious part of that holiday. But I do have to comment. I personally disagree with the Clergy Letter Project on this issue of are science and religion opposed. I think they are, personally. I think that what will happen eventually is that one or the other is going to drive the other one from the field, and I hope it's science, because it's the one that's got evidence behind it. But
I tend to agree.
But I certainly think it is healthier for religionists to relax on their dogmatic beliefs and accept the evidence supporting evolution and attempt to integrate it with their remaining beliefs.
Yeah, they've done it with other
That's
things.
healthier than, freaking out and trying to call everybody that agrees with Charles Darwin some kind of, monster, because we're not.
Yeah, I do think that religion and science are generally at odds, it's been demonstrated over and over throughout history. The religion says one thing, science, calls that into question and produces a bunch of evidence that says, whoops, no, that's not the way it is. The Earth isn't flat. It's not the center of the universe.
Right.
It's not held up on pillars, and angels aren't holding our feet to the ground, or any other.
Yeah. Well, we had that earlier caller who asked about. You brought up the subject of things that science can't talk about. Well, and I think that when it comes to Christians that can accept evolution, they've just let go of the evolution thing and said, well, that is something science can talk about now, right?
Yeah.
And they've got other things that they think science can't talk about, and a lot of them, science may well not be able to talk about those things yet. But still, the idea that if you make the claim science will never, ever, ever be able to say anything about those things, I think that's premature.
Yeah. It's not so surprising, because religion, like everything else, evolves. It changes over time. If you take a look just at Christianity and how much Christianity has changed in the last 150, 200 years, between what is preached from the pulpit and believed by the layperson, today's Christians in general don't look anything like they did 150, 200 years ago or earlier. Now, you have a few, nut jobs like Fred Phelps, who honestly, Fred Phelps's teachings, they're scriptural. He's teaching right out of the Bible. Leviticus does say that you're supposed to kill homosexual men. The fact that most Christians think he's nuts for, the way he protests that and that they don't have to follow that rule anymore, that's a demonstration of how reasonable society has influenced their religious beliefs. They can no longer, run around as well, God's told me that you guys need to die. And that has gone away for the most part, and I think there's a lot of other things that are going to be going away as we learn more from science.
Yeah, but we'll see.